We had two great conversations, and we have now one more to go. As we now take a look at MT Ed's production of Bear, a pop opera. That'll be presented June 7th and 8th. First, I'll mention the two gentlemen that are appearing on this show for the first time. They are playing the two main stars of Bear, these two lads, Jason and Peter. Justin Gommel and Dylan DeGeorge are with us for the first time. Welcome, gentlemen.
Hi, thanks for having us.
Oh, go ahead.
Hello, my name's Justin.
No, I was just gonna say. I know the mic was a little bit far, so don't worry about any buttons here. Everything's pretty much operated here. So all you got to do is just say hi to the world, and everything will be good.
Hello.
And by the way, love the name Justin. Just saying. And joining Justin and Dylan today is the stage manager and assistant director of Bear, also a very busy and talented stage manager in her own regards. I'm sure that if you go see a show, she's likely going to have her name on the list somewhere. Bev Bauman is with us once again. Hello, Bev.
Hi, Justin.
And I'll mention that this is the second time that Bev has been on, but it has been quite a while, as a matter of fact. And I even have a date here, April 2nd, 2017.
Oh,
yikes!
I just read you on that.
I wasn't going to say anything, Dylan, but thank you for taking that mantle from me.
You're welcome.
But I will say it is great to have all of you here. How are all of you doing today?
Doing good.
I got coffee in me. I'm good now.
All right, so getting to the reason why you're all here, we're talking about Bear, a pop opera, which is a very, very powerful story that touches on a lot of different themes. But I don't want to give away anything. I'd rather let you guys mention what Bear is all about and also the themes that the show explores. So whoever wants to take that mantle can certainly go ahead and do so.
Go ahead, boys.
Hi. All right. So Bear basically it covers a very wide range of struggles that go on in a typical high school, but are kind of magnified because these particular students go to a Catholic boarding school. So they live together. They're constantly together. And the main struggle in the show is the two characters, Peter and Jason, are in love. They're roommates, and they kind of have to put on this facade almost to just go about daily life, and they're struggling with their identities. They're struggling with wanting to come out and be themselves, but at the same time, the stigma that's against it. And it's also dealing with like drug use. It's a very heavy show that touches on a lot of problems that are still very prevalent today.
Yeah.
And even more so, like our show, I believe, we're taking place in 2008. So even back then, even 10, 11 years ago, that was still a very heavy topic.
Yeah, there was still a lot of it going. There's still a lot of that feeling going on as well. And just to ask the two of you, what is it like playing these two characters, these two kids who are in love with each other, but as Dylan points out, the cloud of stigma that just hangs over both of them as they're trying to go through their lives together, being in love, but on the same front, trying to continue to be the upstanding men that they are supposed to be in this Catholic school. What's it been like trying to create those characters?
I'll let you take this one.
It's draining knowing that stuff like that actually happens. It's hard to touch in on something that's so real and so genuine because people go through this stuff in their lives regularly.
Yeah.
Like we've been talking like at the end of every rehearsal, especially as of late, because we've been running things more and doing entire blocks of sequences and scenes. I mean, there's some, like, I don't want to say the show is like all very heavy because that would be exhausting, but there's very funny moments in it sprinkled throughout. But especially towards the end of Act 2, there's some very heavy scenes that take place, and it is draining, as you put it, but also incredibly cathartic, I would say. Like there's nothing more relieving and almost satisfying to have like a bad day or something and get up there and be like, okay, this is gonna be heavy because it's a heavy song, but I can literally just put all my emotions and just lay it out for you, and it really helps do that.
And going to you, Bev, in your role, not just as the stage manager for this show, but also as the assistant director, how do you prepare on a show like this, considering that, as Dylan mentioned, being a very emotionally powerful show, even with little moments of levity and humor. In your positions, how do you prepare to take on a show like this?
Well, I was first introduced to the show back when I was in high school, and I went to Catholic school my entire life. So back when I was in high school, when the show first appeared, like the rough cut I listened to, and when Tina Gommel, who is the director, approached me and told me about Bear, we sat down and we talked about all the issues that the characters in the show are dealing with, and I did a lot of rehearsals where I sat down with some of the main actors, some of the main characters, and we sat down and we talked through the different lyrics, because it is pretty much a sung through show. It's an opera.
Yeah.
So, and we talked about what the characters are feeling, and just kind of blocked based on that. And every night we always do a check-in with the actors at the end of each night to kind of be like, hey, how are you guys feeling? Like we're all here to support you, like no matter what you need, because it's very important to know that you have that place that you can go and people to talk to that will just listen and be there for you.
So in this essence, Bev, doing that, you're basically looking out for your actors.
Oh yes.
You and Tina are not just looking out for your actors. You're looking out for them in terms of, yes, this is a very emotional show, and I know there's the old saying that you kind of leave everything out the door when you come in for a rehearsal of a show, and I know sometimes that can be so impossible to do.
Right.
But ultimately, the reward can ultimately be very satisfying. And as Dylan pointed out earlier, it can be a cathartic experience in many ways. So when you look at a show like this, completely sung through, but still have these very powerful stories and themes that are going on, what do you hope people walk away from when they see Bear? What do you want the audience to leave feeling or maybe understanding about Peter and Jason and about these kids who are trying to get through their lives with all of the emotional clouds hanging over them?
Tina, the director, as I mentioned before, and Heather Lonardo is also the music director in it. We've all sat down and we talked about how, yes, even nowadays there's a lot. Kids are dealing with a lot between social media now and all the bullying, and trying to find yourself is extremely difficult, especially at that age. And we're just hoping that not only high schoolers and kids growing up, that even adults who are still trying to find themselves, or adults who have a child who's in this position of going through, I don't really know who I am, understand that it's okay. You're not alone. It's okay, even if you don't necessarily agree with them, it's okay to support each other. You don't have to necessarily agree with everyone, but be there. Show them support, give them love, help them find their way, and make that connection with people in need.
Hear, hear.
And also, I think the thing that this show touches on too is that you literally don't know anybody's real story. You really don't. Everybody has baggage that they might reveal some of to you, but everyone has things deep down that they're struggling with, and you don't know the full story. And to slander or kind of bury people a little bit and judge them based on their outside appearances or how they act or the facade they put on, it's not the full story.
To make assumptions.
Make assumptions, and that happens a lot in the show too.
Yes.
There's a lot of assumptions that come and bite people in the butt.
Yes, and I was just going to mention, and it applies all the time. Assumptions can be very dangerous things
Yes.
when used in the worst possible way. So with that in mind, Bear is happening June 7th and 8th. MT Ed is the producing company. 75 Stutson is where it will all happen. Where can people go to get more information about Bear?
People can go to musical theater, that's theater with an R-E, education.com to get some more information and to go and purchase tickets.
And that's where people can go to get more information about Bear, which you will have the talents of Dylan DeGeorge and Justin Gommel, and also featuring Bev Bauman as stage manager and assistant director. To all three of you, I am so glad that we were able to get this in. I will mention very briefly that this was not originally scheduled. Danielle was originally scheduled. Luann and Danica were originally scheduled. But sometime during the week, it was actually Bev who reached out and said, do you mind squeezing in one more conversation? And of course, I was more than happy to oblige, and so here we are.
It's because you're so awesome, Justin.
Well, I do all right. But to all three of you, I'm really glad we were able to come in and do this. Thank you so much, and break legs.
Thank you.